After watching this episode, I have one main question. What the fuck is a dog psychic?
What's going on YouTube?
Jamar,
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Martin for here once again.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar 4 here once again for this week's episode review of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 6. What episode are we on? 5, 6, 7, it'll be in the title. But honestly, this week, I decided to shave a lot of things out just because a lot of it felt rehashed and I wouldn't be able to go into too much detail. So this video might be a little bit shorter than the other ones, but be that as it may, let's go ahead and get into it. We leave off where last week left off with the whole big, well, it wasn't really big, but the explosion of Brittany B's industry mixer at this bowling alley where Zell and Paris and came in and crashed things up, honey. So we're at the aftermath and they're still going back and forth about getting in your Uber. Get into your Uber. I don't know what it is about that, but that just tickles me, I swear. But be that as it may, Paris and Zell are just trying to be petty about the situation. She's like, oh, okay, we was trying to be here, fill her out, you know, try to keep it cute, but she's over here trying to be funny and make jokes, so we about to sit here and clown her. They done called her Barney B, saying, you know, she's shaped like Barney, and they getting all these negative vibes from her. But I mean, honestly, I feel like Brittany's just trying to defend her friend, K. Michelle's honor, because she knows how bad Paris treated Kay in that whole financial stealing, whatever that was, situation. And so she's like, you know, this is my friend, so this is how I'm gonna, you know, treat the person who treated my friend bad. So I'm like, you know what? I get it. I get it. So she actually, I guess, called the security people of the bowling alley to have them escorted. And I'm like, I mean, I guess I was expecting a little bit more, something a little bit more exciting, but you know what? We got what we got. Next is probably like one of the most strange, I don't know why. I don't know why this seems so strange to me. Maybe because they did it for so long. Was this whole Bugatti thing. Now, again, y'all know, I got my baby Rufus. He's sitting over here, laid out right now. And quick story time, Rufus got lost once before too. And I still bring this up to my mama. Should she happen to watch this video, yes, I'm still talking about it years later. Fight me. So what had happened was, I swear it's gonna be short. My mom was very adamant. She came from the old school. Like the dogs. If y'all have any family that live out in the country who keep their dogs outside, who feed them like the scrap bowls or whatever, she's like, oh, dogs are supposed to have bones. Dogs are supposed to have bones. And I'm telling her, I don't want my dog to have no bones because he's small. His teeth aren't as big. He may not be able to chew it as well, and might get caught in his throat and, you know, die. So her being hard-headed gave him a bone, and so because he got excited from it, he ended up, it was early in the morning time, he tried to follow her outside into our garage, and she didn't realize it, and put the garage door open. And then as she was like leaving out for work, he wandered outside the garage and nobody knew. I went to school, both my parents went to work the whole day, not realizing that he is out wandering the streets. And mind you, this was like 2 days before, or it was like Halloween Eve or whatever. So it was like right around Halloween. We get home, realize he's gone. I am having a full-fledged breakdown, okay? Full-fledged breakdown. I done made flyers. I'm really sitting over here fuming at my mama right now because she knew that that's the reason why he got excited to follow her out that door. But long story short, a couple days later, after me pulling all my hair out, I think we called like a pound or somebody. A police officer had found him wandering in the neighborhood and took him into like a local shelter, and that's where we found him. So luckily that happened. So I could definitely understand Princess's frustration with her in-laws saying that they let the dog out and he got kidnapped, but it would be different. I could feel a whole new sense of frustration if I saw it happening on camera. You know what I mean? So of course, she's frustrated. Emotions are high. She's talking about, I don't feel like you know, care enough about Bugatti. You have this other favorite here. I think their name was Bully. And like, you know, if it was Bully, you would have had the whole SWAT team. But I'm over here calling the pound. I'm over here doing X, Y, and Z. And I don't feel like you've done enough. And she just gets like really emotional, which I could definitely understand. But I don't know what it is. When Ray J started getting this search team together for this dog, honey. Of course, he had friends and family. His dad was there. Of course, Princess was petty about the fact that her mom-in-law was not there, but you know what it is, what it is. They had a psychic. I don't know what kind of money or tax bracket you have to be in to have a psychic for dogs. How is it? Do you have to get certified? Is there a class? Is it just a gift? Like, I need to know who this bitch is and why she's calling herself a psychic. And then after they had them doing this search party at some dog park, the psychic tells them that the dog is in Malibu somehow. Did I miss something? Because I'm like, okay, so why are we here? If you knew that and you're supposed to be the psychic, why are we here and not in Malibu? Anyway, that whole dog thing was it threw me that they focused so hard on it. Like I thought it was gonna get one scene. Like no, they got multiple. I'm like, oh, okay, well, child, I'm definitely able to sympathize with finding a lost dog because I can I've went through that myself. But doing it on Love and Hip Hop, knowing how scripted they are, is just weird to me, but we're gonna move forward. I quickly want to talk about the nature of Slick and Mickey Monday's relationship. One thing that I caught is, of course, Mickey said how different she is from Trisha, who's like the more girly, I hate Trisha's voice, but how she's the more girly, like typical female, as where Slick is a little bit more tomboyish, she's a little bit more stylish. Well, naturally she's a model, but still, she's just different than what your regular, like, I guess, California girl would be. And that's what he likes about her. Now, when she talked about what she liked about him, when she talked about what she liked about him, she mentioned how she likes that he's not intimidated by her. And I think that's very interesting because she is young. I think she's only like, 22, 23, early 20s. And she's one of the head models for Rihanna's Fenty brand. She's walked in Marc Jacob runways. Like, she is out here doing the damn thing and making a whole lot of money, okay? And that would normally be something that would intimidate a man. Because, a lot of men, not saying all, but a lot of men feel intimidated by a woman who is as successful as Slick would be. And she appreciates the fact that he treats her just like any other woman, despite her success, and doesn't feel intimidated by her. Because not only is she, a successful model, like she's, I don't want to say she's masculine, but she's not like your dainty, feminine, I'm waiting for a man to come and wife me up type of girl. And that could be intimidating for some guys as well. They may not always know how to approach, somebody like Slick Woods. And so the fact that, Mickey Monday kind of stepped up to the plate was like, I feel like you're something special. And she doesn't get the vibe that it's like for clout. I think that's one of the things that she likes about him, and that's very interesting to see. Next up, we see April invites Zell and Paris over for a wine and dine situation, girl talk, whatever you want to call it. And so as they chit-chatting and catching up, they see that Fizz's shoes are there. And they're like, okay, so you know what they mean, when people start leaving their stuff at your house, what that means. And she keeps going on, oh, he's in between places right now, and he's, leaving some stuff here for the tour. And me and the rest of the world, along with Paris and Zell, are like, really, bitch? Like, that's what you want us to believe? Okay. And when they ask her, they're trying to, prod, like, have you guys had sex yet? Like, they were trying to get there, and she just kind of blurted out and says that he has not inserted his penis into her vagina. Yet. I'm like, what more needs to happen? How long are we going to continue the charade? Clearly, either they've already boned or they have all intentions on boning. And I'm like, why are we going through this charade? So we pan over to J Boog meeting with Fizz, concerning the same issue. Because I don't think J Boog cares too much about the fact that this is Omarion's previous baby mama and how they might feel. I don't feel like, that's not really his MO. His thing is, how is this gonna look for the brand of B2K? Because we out here trying to get this Millennium Tour and make this money. I swear in one of them confessionals, he was talking about this tour can garner him about $3.5 million. That could be true. I don't necessarily doubt that. I was just like, wow, no wonder people are doing all these Millennium Tours now, or, reunions. There's apparently some money in that. But anywho, he's just trying to ask her, like, look, I need to know what's going on, because I feel like this could potentially harm the brand, thus harming my money and my check. So if y'all gonna have anything like this going on, we may need to put a stop to that ASAP. And lo and behold, like as they're having this conversation, April FaceTimes Fizz talking about some, hey, how's your rehearsal going? And he has to get up and say, oh, I have to take this call. Really? Like, if y'all were really trying to hide whatever this is that y'all are trying to call it, you're doing a horrible job at this point. So, really quickly, I had a moment. I had a brief moment of excitement because when J Boog brought Marques Houston out on screen. All right, y'all, listen. Listen, Linda. Back in the day, mid-2000s, right, peep this. I didn't realize that I was like a low-key fan of Marques Houston's music. And I want to say I was really introduced to him around that time because I'm not really familiar with the boy group that he was with prior to going solo. But when he came on screen, I was like, oh, he was the dude that did that all because of you. Naked. Like, who did not bone to Naked in the early to mid 2000s? Who did not listen to that song? What's the other? Oh, Sex With You. Let me break it down and tell you what your sex is like. Like that was the jam. Like that was just the whole move. Like he really put his foot into that particular album. Come on, baby, turn around and let's get naked. Oh, there was another album that came out after Naked. I think it was called Veteran. Yeah, I think it was called Veteran. It had that song on there, Circle. Oh shit! Oh god, how did that song go? If you love someone, let it go. And if it comes back, then that's how you'll know. Listen, I'm gonna have to go back and just have like a mini jam session of old Marques Houston music because some of them songs was the jam. So let me know in the comments if y'all are familiar with that little genre of music. But be that as it may, they was talking about how Immature should have been on the Millennium Tour, to cater to their fans and because apparently the reunion thing is it now. And Marques is like, we talked about it before in the past, but we're kind of nearing 40 and we ain't about to get up there trying to move like we 16, 18 years old. We got bad backs, we got knee problems. We can't be doing all of that. But I just thought that was funny. Like, I really do miss a lot of the old music and R&B from like 10, 15 years ago. Like, anyways, we'll be here all day listening, talking about music. So lastly, let's talk about what happened at this showcase, okay? So Jason Lee is supposed to be having a showcase of up-and-coming artists and whatnot. He's bringing Brittany B's there. He brought Lyrica on. He brought Mickey Monday on as well. And so before the showcase starts, he's back there with K Michelle. You know, they shooting the shit or whatever. With Brittany B, they catching up on, you know, what's been going on. And then when Lyrica and A1 show up, of course, there's just immediate shade because A1 is not with it because he still is salty about him dropping that story about him and Summer Bunny, even though he asked him for some more time. Jason said, I need to be the one to get this tea out. So he just said, fuck you and your feelings. And of course, so A1 is not too happy with Jason Lee right now. And they try to try to make him to do an apology. And he was like, look, it sucks that happened and it made you feel bad, but I would do it again. That's like Jason Lee is just pure, unadulterated fuckboyness. Now let's talk about these acts. Mickey Monday went up first, and because rap music isn't my favorite genre, it's not something I feel like I can give much of an opinion on. So I just kind of let them, I don't know what would be considered good. They didn't show much. He was on the stage, he was moving around, so it looked like he had some sort of stage presence, which is good, always. But I don't know. I mean, he seems cool. Like, he's a likable person on the show thus far, because we know how quickly that can change. He's a likable person on the show thus far, so I mean, if this can help him launch his career, I'm interested to hear more of what he's got. Now, Brittany. Brittany was about to get up here, and she has been going on this episode talking about there are singers and there are sangers. And I am the latter, meaning she's calling herself a sanger. Now, I don't know if my audio was off. I don't know if my headphone may have been jacked up a little bit while I was watching this episode, but singing is not what you were doing, my dear. That is not what was going on that stage tonight. And you know, I enjoyed Brittany B last week. You know, I still don't dislike her, but this particular performance, this shit right here, that was not the tea. And she was over there like, you know, I'm gonna be a tough act to follow up. Like, Lyrica ain't got ish on me and my vocals. I'm like, now I've heard Lyrica saying, Lyrica can, you know, she can give me a little something, something. You, just now? Nah. So Lyrica gets up there, sings the song. Mind you, she had good vocals. She did. But I did agree with Brittany in the fact that the song felt a little boring. It was very like, how could you do this to me? You know, we're supposed to be in love, you fucked up, and this is how I'm feeling. Which is very, you know, close-knit to what she's experiencing in real life right now, so it makes sense why she would make it and write it, but the vocals were nice. So after the showcase, we're outside, and we see Trisha meeting up with Mickey, saying that she saw the performance, you did really good. Again, this is where I'm realizing how much I hate Trisha's voice. But Slick was also there, and so she introduces herself. She says, hi, my name is Trisha. You know, it's nice to formally meet you. And Slick was like, you know, we've actually met before. She was like, no, I don't think that we have. I don't remember actually saying, hi, my name is Trisha, so that never actually happened. I'm like, and you know, I could tell that Slick was just like, okay, so you about to be one of those bitches. Let me just keep my cool. And I feel like Mickey could kind of pick up on that because he kind of hugged her and was like, please don't be mad. Please don't be mad. I promise. I swear to God, I'm so sorry for the way that she's acting. Like, she was like, no, I'm cool. I'm good. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not worried about her. You know, I love Slick. Slick is just so cool. She's so cool, calm, collected. I love her. But Also outside of this event is Lyrica finally gets confronted, if you want to call it, by Brittany B. Now, I thought we were going to get like more of an explanation of what was happening in this particular beef. We get more insight as to what Brittany's problem is specifically, it seems. So she talks about how other people came to her and said, oh, she smiles in your face, but when you're not around, it's like, I don't know her, I don't acknowledge her or whatever, I'm this groupie. And Lyrica in the confessional is like, I'm not too much understanding what her problem is because we worked on one song, went to the gym one time, and that's it. So I'm like, ooh, okay, so if that's the case, Brittany, what's the real tea? Because otherwise, then if that's true, then she really wouldn't know you if y'all just worked together one time and went to the gym and probably worked out one time. Like, y'all not friends? Acquaintances? She don't really got to owe you much, but I don't know. We'll have to figure out what that whole thing is. And then apparently, we figure out that Brittany B more so has a problem with Lyrica's best friend, Sia. And they're arguing like, oh, you just mad because she doesn't want to be your friend and this, that, and the fourth. And of course she's putting the whole finger in your face and all of that. And I'm just like, I was very confused. And I can't remember who it was that said, like, I don't even know what they're fighting about. I was confused too. I'm like, I'm lost. I feel like I'm watching a scene from Bad Girls Club right now where there's a fight for no reason. You know, oh, I miss Bad Girls Club so much now. I miss Bad Girls Club. That's what I started my channel on, y'all. But be that as it may, that was the episode. Leave me your comments on what you thought about it. If I missed anything that you want to discuss, let's discuss it in the comments. Again, my name is Jamar Washington. It's the first time that you're seeing this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like, put the little bell so you get a notification whenever I upload any of these videos. Follow me on all social media at Jamar84. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Like, share, subscribe.
Jamar
Washington.